Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It's the sun's come out and it's kind of a nice day other than the temperature. Quite windy right now and very cold. I think hovering around 12, 13, 14 degrees. With the wind, it's below zero wind chills, but we got one more night tonight to get through the real bitter frigid cold. And then I think Friday, we're supposed to get close to the freezing mark, like in the upper 20s. So it'll feel like a heat wave. Just wanted to let you all know that this weekend we normally would be having our monthly meeting. We've gone ahead and canceled it. Even though we didn't get the massive amounts of snow, we still got a lot. And a lot of the side roads, in fact, the interstate that's north of us is shut down right now. Most of the side roads are just bad. And even though Sunday the temperature is supposed to get up decent, there could still be some trouble for people getting in and out because it's supposed to be freezing up until Sunday. So we're going to go ahead and cancel it just for everyone's safety because, you know, I don't want people to feel like they've missed out by not showing up or try to show up and then end up in a ditch or something like that or falling. So we're just going to go ahead and cancel it. Next month, we'll have it at the end of the month. Also, wanted to mention, I'm running a special. Woo! You can save a little money, a little pocket change. On my locals channel, it's normally $3 a month. For the next 2 days, we're having a Blizzard special. Blizzard special, it's only $2 a month. You save a whole dollar. A whole dollar. My goodness. I mean, that's like what? 2 eggs? An egg or two? I don't know. I mean, that's crazy. So, yeah, you can save $1. There's a link down in the description below. And it's a free speech. I post videos over there almost every day. Different content. I do a prepper medical responder series where, you know, every so often I make videos talking about emergency medicine for preppers. So I take, you know, my experience and knowledge as an EMT and then kind of break it down, and that I go on calls and stuff and kind of break that down into how you as a homesteading prepper could use this information to take care of yourself and the people around you. So anyways, I know that I have upset a massive amount of my listeners by the content that I've made lately. A lot of you are very supportive and have said some really nice things. Some of you, not so much. I want to make it clear, I have not changed anyway. I've not changed my positions on things. I've not changed my beliefs, my ideologies. I'm the same guy that I was yesterday, 6 months ago, 20 years ago. Haven't changed. But, and I admit that there's a lot of things that are going on that look really good. And I've said that in just about every video that I've made talking about stuff. But there's also things that are going on that just don't seem right. And we cannot blindly just ignore things that aren't right so that we can get the things that are right. It's not a wise thing to do. There is also a big battle that's going on. No, not a battle with guns and bullets and bombs. There is a big spiritual battle going on. And I'm telling you, it's going to get nasty. It's been going on for a while. And a lot of you know that. You've seen all the stuff that's been shoved down our throats in the last few years. And I believe that the things that are going to happen now, you know, leading forward, are going to be even worse. It's going to be worse. Okay. The title I think I'm going to make of this video is, and this is going to be offensive, something like a black lesbian Jesus or something like that. So it came out in the news, and I didn't even know who this person was. I had to look him up. I don't remember the person's name, so I don't care. This woman that's a lesbian, I guess just made a movie where she played a witch. Don't know anything about that. Is now going to play Jesus Christ And I even hate to say that word in this blasphemous form, but she's going to play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. Now, I know that play, that musical is blasphemous. It was blasphemous when it came out in like the 70s or whatever. It's just blasphemous. But a lot of the younger generation don't know anything about what Jesus Christ Superstar is. And so this is the person that's going to play it. Now, I know some of you are saying, "Oh, you're overreacting to this." It's not that I think that in particular is such a massive deal. I just think it's just one more symptom of what's going on in our world, the absolute mockery. And I also know that on one hand, it appears as if what is happening with the new Trump administration, that they're going to try to go against that. He's appointed this faith leader in the White House, has talked about prosecuting attacks against Christianity and Judaism. So on one hand, it seems as if, and he even said he wants to bring God back into the White House and into America and into our lives and all this kind of stuff. So on one hand, it seems like that's going good. But there's just so much out there. And just as I have said from the political kind of perspective, it's kind of the same way in the spiritual perspective. There's really only two options that we have right now, or that's going to happen. And that's either Trump and his administration are truly, genuinely good guys, and they really want to do the right thing and bring about a conservative, biblically based revolution. And if that's the case, then the left is going to go crazy, but not just the left. Satan is going to go crazy. So if it is true that Donald Trump is doing the works of God the Father, then Satan is going to be way more aggressive in the fight, okay? And so if that's the case, then we've got some pretty hard road ahead of us. But the other option is that what we're seeing with Trump and this new revolution is a false light. And if that's the case, then that's also dangerous. So either way, the road ahead of us spiritually is going to be pretty tough. There are dark forces, I'm sure, on both sides. And I'm not pointing fingers, and I'm not saying that, it's Donald Trump or he's the Antichrist. I've never said that, and I don't actually believe that. I see comments people making, but I've not said that, and I don't believe it. But again, even if he truly is trying to do the Father's work, there are definitely dark forces in his campaign. There was the last time, okay? And maybe he's trying to do a better job this time, but they are. There's dark forces all in our lives. Look at the stuff that's going on in the world. There was just something the other day. I don't remember exactly what it was. Some trans kid did a performance at a church. It's becoming normalized. Sodomy is becoming normalized, more and more so. Children involved in things like that are becoming normalized. Depraved behavior, even within conservatives, promiscuous behavior, all that kind of stuff is becoming normalized. The world is becoming a dark, corrupt, and evil place. And that's not being doomsday. That's not, just trying to say some things to get some clicks. That's true. And in fact, the Bible backs that up. And so even if there's a lot of good things going on, I assure you, from a spiritual sense, from a spiritual warfare sense, the world is going to get a lot rougher. The battle is really, I think, just beginning. And we have to be ready for that. I tell you all the time how we have to be spiritually ready. Not every one of you, I get it, agree with me on that. Not every one of you are believers. That's between you and the Father, okay? I'm not here to argue with you on a public stage like this. But the fact is that we absolutely are going through some dark spiritual warfare in this world. And as much as it is important to have your preparations, to do your training, to develop your skills, to build community around you, your little mag or whatever it is, those are all important things, extremely important. But I'm telling you, from a spiritual perspective, it is extremely, extremely important that you work on here, that you work on your soul, because in strengthening your relationship with the Father, setting yourself apart in this world, because the slings and the arrows are going to become worse and worse. And we may complain as believers of how bad it's been for us and how we're more persecuted, or it's harder for us to express our beliefs and all that kind of stuff. We've not seen anything yet. History shows us what it's been like in the past. And in fact, in many places in this world today, it is still that way. And we have to be ready. And honestly, for me, while I may be able to point out multiple reasons why I prepare, why we live out in the middle of nowhere, why, we strive to be as self-sufficient as possible. But really the biggest reason is because for a long time now, I have seen this world becoming worse and worse, and that we're going down very much an end time path. I don't know where we are in the timeline, and honestly, I don't even worry about that. I just see that there are signs of the times. And the Father, Yeshua told us this. He said to be watchful of the signs, and there are many that are happening, and there have been for years now. And what that tells me is that we are and have entered into a very dark age, spiritually dark age. And so that we have to be prepared. And so that is my core motivation for preparing myself and my family. Most all the people around me that are part of our what we call our tribe, our family, they're all the same way on that. And honestly, the politics and the stuff we all realize how it affects us, and we kind of pay attention to it. But in the end, we all see that the demonic evil forces are gathering in strength and power. And it doesn't matter if Biden's in office, if Trump's in office, if Hillary or Kamala or J.D. Vance or whoever. It doesn't matter if Trump and Putin become buddies and we become allies with Russia and then turn against Europe and Ukraine. It doesn't matter. None of those things matter in the end. They're all symptoms of the bigger problem. And the bigger problem is that we are deeply engaged in dark spiritual warfare. And many of you know that. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you need to start learning. And that, my friend, that is where we need to be putting a lot of focus on right now. And don't just buy and accept what is being sold to us as this new great good thing. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. There's too many little indicators that should raise an eyebrow and should cause you to pause and question what's really going on. And that's the only thing that I'm trying to do. I'm not on here trying to tear someone down or tear a new president down or anything like that. I'm trying to tell you that there are little things that are a little off, and we need to be aware of those. And a lot of it that's off is the spiritual stuff. And we need to be prepared because, like I said, regardless of whether he's the good guy or the bad guy, either way you look at it, either way you shake that tree, it's going to be bad, because those dark evil forces that are out there are their battle, their warfare is going to become more and more real to us, and we need to be prepared, folks. I do believe we are living in the last of days, and that could last a long time. I'm not saying we're in kind of some 7-year, 3-year, just those days leading up to it, and we need to be prepared and ready for that, especially spiritually, because it's going to get harder and harder. And I think the difficulties and the persecution and the attempt to tear us away from communion with the Father is going to become greater and greater. And that's where we need to find our strength, is in bringing ourselves to cleaving to him even more and more every day. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order. It's time to be preparing yourselves and your families mentally, physically, and very especially spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.